Alright. Going into Final Thumaru Chalice. Yes, I've beaten Mergo. I've not gone off to Garamond or the Moon Presence yet. I have consumed all 3 chords. But for this one, I just kind of wanted to talk about the game in a general sense, as well as my experience going through all the chalices. In general, I find the Thumaru chalices largely boring. The Hintertome chalices were also fairly boring. I really, really liked the aesthetic of the Laurence chalices. Like immensely liked the aesthetic of the Laurence chalices. It was something that when I started this, I wasn't planning on doing the chalices as part of the videos. And I'm still, I'm still, it's not going to be part of the storyline or anything. This is all, obviously you guys have seen me beat Garamond and Moon Presence at this point, even though I haven't actually done it. But I did want a platinum trophy this game. So, in my own unique insanity, I decided it was be a good idea to try and platinum trophy Bloodborne. So in the middle of recording this, I'd only beaten Bloodborne once before. I beat Garamond, but I didn't consume the 3 chords. I had all 3 chords, I just never consumed them. I didn't realize I had to fight the extra super special boss. So in order to record this and get the platinum trophy to show up, I gotta beat Yharnam Queen. I've never done Chalice Dungeons in a run before, so just doing the Chalice Dungeons was kind of interesting for this go around. They're a unique concept, and I think the challenge that they bring is welcome. Except defiled Thumaru Chalice, that's just adding artificial difficulty. Like, just make the bosses harder, make them deal more damage, or whatever. But cut my health in half. That's just stupid. Yeah, but this episode's just gonna be a lot more off the cuff. It'll probably be a lot longer than my more, well, I wouldn't say scripted. I never sat down and wrote down what I was gonna say, but I did have a plot in mind for Jenkins and kind of that idea behind his character. And you'll see me, I'm still using my weird amygdalan arm of insane Jenkins here, but I'm not wearing the madman garb or kind of doing the voice and everything. So the character of Old Man Jenkins wasn't something I expected I was going to be doing in this Bloodborne run. I thought I would be doing the majority of the run just talking like this, and talking about the game, talking about what I like, what I dislike, that sort of thing, like I've done with other games. And I've never done a full playthrough of a game on the channel before. I started with Crystal Chronicles because it's a game that I really enjoyed in my childhood. And I do plan on going back to Crystal Chronicles at some point, but I got really put off by some of the multiplayer choices they made in the remake. I was planning on, having this larger multiplayer thing with my fiance and maybe a couple of friends potentially. But just the way the multiplayer works in that game, just in the remake at least, and trying to get multiplayer working on an emulator just didn't seem worth it to continue that series at the moment. And I stopped making content for a while, and I came back and made this. I originally recorded a few episodes, actually, that I completely scrapped and started over. I was going to have a character that looked exactly like Maria and make a big storyline around being, the reincarnation of Maria and kind of trying to cosplay that into the Bloodborne storyline. If this guy could put his gun away, that would be great. Really love the moveset of the amygdalan arm. And I originally hadn't planned for Jenkins to go insane either. Wow, there's a lot of... Well, of course he puts his gun away right as I don't need to bury him anymore. Oh well. And I never really had planned for him to go insane either. Which is funny, because I only got the idea when I was doing a Chalice Dungeon, actually. I was doing one of the early through Chalice Dungeons, and there's a point where you can summon Madman Walter or Madman Waller or whatever his name is. And I just loved the armor set so much, and just the look of him with the amygdalin arm. And yeah, it's not a weapon I would ever normally consider using. I was planning on just using the hunter's axe the entire run, just going pure strength. And I figured this gave me an excuse to kind of explore an arcane build, which I'd never done before. You know, I've done a lot of Bloodborne runs. I've never actually beaten Bloodborne more than once before this whole project. I did go through and actually beat Bloodborne in under 8 hours, which, you know, isn't all that much of an accomplishment considering how fast the speedruns are, but it was an accomplishment for me, let's just say that. But I went through and, you know, kind of quote-unquote speed ran Bloodborne with another character so that I could get the lame ending where you just kill Mergo. So that when I finished the game, and you know, bought Gehrman's... God, these enemies are tough. Anyway, and when I finished the game and bought Gehrman's scythe from the shop, then I would have the... Oh, I should have seen that coming. I was too worried about the fire arrows looking out for the pressure plate on the ground. Anyways, when I finished the game, I would have the Platinum Trophy pop on screen, and it would be a whole thing with Jenkins kind of becoming aware of the trophies, and I kind of did that with Logarius a little bit, mostly in jest, because the Logarius fight was just kind of a joke. And, you know, that's my first time actually beating the Logarius fight, or even getting, you know, doing... I've never done Canehurst before either. So I didn't really know what was going on in Canehurst in this playthrough, and I'd never done that story before. And of course I looked up a guide on, like, you know, how to get... And I'm gonna die here. Ugh. Yeah, I got myself stuck. Anyways, I looked up a guide, obviously, on, like, how to make sure I was completing everything properly, but it was something I would check after the fact. So it was like, oh, I missed, you know, these 3 items that I need to get for full completion. Let me go back and grab them from Canehurst now that I've done my run through. I try to be pretty thorough in exploring the areas, so... and there was a whole weird thing about when to do Amygdala, and why I did Amygdala so late and skipped them. And it really hurt me when it came to grinding, because what I did basically was I decided, okay, well, I don't plan on doing the Chalice Dungeons in a video. I'll just do them off screen, and that'll be my way to kind of grind and have fun in the game outside of recording, because I'm not always in the mood to record. And especially a more narrative content like I started to develop with Old Man Jenkins, that you know, evolved from just a random gameplay moment. Oh wow, yeah, it's a good thing I don't care about souls. And the reason I don't care about souls is I'm vastly out-leveled the entire game at this point. And I'll get to talking about that at some point. So yeah, I mean, I never planned to do an Old Man Jenkins playthrough. Old Man Jenkins was a character that just kind of came from a current D&D campaign NPC. I'm sure one of my regular subscribers and watchers of this content... Wow, okay, these guys are just demolishing me. I'm sure one of my regular subscribers and watchers of the content, you know, has gotten more and more stressed out as they're realizing what's happening to Old Man Jenkins in his past, because they know the current Old Man Jenkins of their campaign. And I've kind of prefaced this to them as the sort of Old Man Jenkins backstory. But yeah, I'd never planned for him to go insane, so the plan was just for him to be this, you know, great hunter that happens to mistake himself upon becoming a great one and passing into the next world, and that would kind of explain how he got into the D&D campaign in the first place. But the more I thought about it, the more just like going completely insane and hating the Healing Church and all that made so much more sense to me for his character and why he would kind of develop into this nonsensical crazy man. And I liked it a lot, so I kind of stuck with it. And a lot of the arc it was planned around specific timings. I hit it again. A lot of his character arc was planned around specific moments in the game that I was already aware of. So, for example, I planned on eating the first chord at a specific point in the Nightmare Frontier because I knew I couldn't kill a Magdala yet because it bugs out the Patch's quest and all that other sort of weird stuff. And I kind of planned and I guess I kind of rewrote the way the DLC works, which is interesting because I've never played the DLC before, but I knew it was about the past. Okay, that's a lie. I have played fragments of the DLC before, so I knew enough to know that it was about the past of the hunters, and it would explain things like I knew who the bosses were, right? I knew Maria was going to be a boss. Um, But I had never even like gotten to the Ludwig fight before. The furthest I'd ever made it in the DLC was a couple of people in, and I realized that the old hunters respawned when I died, and just decided it was way too hard at the time. I was probably like level 40 or 45 going into the DLC my first time, um, which made it really tough and really challenging. And I think the DLC is at a level of difficulty that is unnecessary in places. Um, a lot of the standard areas of the DLC feel harder than anything presented by the main game, outside of maybe the Chalice Dungeons. It feels like even some of the Chalice Dungeons are much easier than what the DLC presented, and it kind of forced me to level up pretty hard during the DLC, and so I needed to have a narrative kind of exposition for why Jenkins was suddenly so much stronger uh, after Nightmare Frontier and after consuming the cord. And so I started coming up with these ideas of, well, maybe he's reliving his past in the old Hunter DLC, and he thinks it's all a dream or a memory, but in reality, it's this nightmare that he's gone to for because he's starting to go mad. Um, and once he returns from that memory, once he returns from that nightmare, he's fully developed the psychosis. And so that you can see a pretty large character shift from Jenkins at that point. And it was fully intentional, and I've got to work on the depth of my voices and everything, and I hate this. I hate this character. Oh my goodness, least favorite enemy in the dungeons. Sometimes she just gets stuck teleporting into a wall. And then I just have to listen to her laughing at me for hours while I explore the dungeons. Anyways, yeah, we're not really going to level up, specifically because I'm level 134. I've got 42 vitality, 20 endurance, 50 strength, 16 skill, 10 blood tension, 46 arcane. I don't really have a reason to level up at this point. There's nothing that I need to really be scaling. So we're just going to buy as many as we can of all this. Just let that be our level up. We might go repair our weapons if we have anything to repair. Yeah, just repair the couple of weapons that I've been using. I don't think we need frenzy resistance anymore. We were using that for Ebrietis, or however you pronounce her name. Brietis, daughter of the cosmos in the Ease Chalice. Um, and I don't think we really need the higher Quicksilver full at max. I can't think of what else to put on, so we'll just keep it. It helps us use our arcane stuff more often. How I really turned this from I'm just gonna play the game and have fun with it and talk about game design and stuff into no, I think I could make a really good like role playing games experience within the role playing game sort of thing out of it. And I really enjoyed it. It's been easily my favorite run through Bloodborne. Getting to actually get to all the content. There are places I never seen in this game before. Canehurst, the entirety of the DLC. I mean, Fishing Hamlet is probably one of my favorite locations in the game. Uh, Despite the horrendous land sharks that slaughtered me over and over and over again. Orphan of Cause is easily my favorite boss fight in the entire game. I don't even know how I just got souls there. They heard me with the respect for Orphan and decided to just kill themselves, I guess. There we go, got a parry in finally. That was just luck. I'm just like spamming the gun at this point. Alright, nice. We got to the double phase. Didn't know he had a jump. Don't remember him doing that in the last time I fought him. I also didn't have Black Sky Eye the last time I fought him, so I got a few new tricks up my sleeve as well, mister. Come on. There we go. Almost missed the riposte timing on that. Nice that his attacks didn't break up my armor, or my heavy attack there. That's actually really nice. That's gonna definitely break me. Okay, let's get behind the pillar and heal up. Just need a good... Just need a good whacking now. There we go. Alright. Wasn't too bad. It took me 3 tries. I will call that a mild success for 140,000 soul reward. Echo reward, whatever. I call them souls. My first Soulsborne game was indeed Dark Souls 1, so... I am looking forward to this. I'm really hoping that it's a nice, really cool boss design with like a nice engaging fight. But after the last boss, I don't have my hopes up. But we'll see. Welcome, Yharnam, Sumerian Queen. I did not think she was going to look like the person. I didn't realize this is Yharnam. Should have had fast boys resist or something. Just gonna spew poison at me? I mean, can I just... Yeah? So is that basically the fight?
Can't channel anything fast enough to get through this. Not taking very much damage from this, to be fair, though. Like, I'm using all of my stuff up for this. She's still pretty healthy. Nice, she got a blade out. Might need faster attacks this one, maybe. What on earth? What is this fight? What? You can just pick me up in a massive area when I'm trying to come for you? Oh, yeah, alright. This is an interesting fight. This is not what I was expecting at all. That's... Are these just like clones, or do they also take boss health damage? I think they were just clones. Yeah, they're just clones. Okay. Okay, I do not like getting stuck, huh? What is sticking me? Like, I don't understand how I'm getting stuck in the first place. It doesn't look like she's particularly doing anything getting stuck. I'm gonna guess it's this one. I'm gonna guess it's this one then. Wow, really? It was the one right next to me? There's a logic on this one. Where are you? It doesn't feel like I'm particularly doing much to earn getting trapped like this. I wish there was like an indicator for that, because that just feels like there's no indicator showing me why I'm getting captured like that. I just happen to get captured. That feels really off. Like, really, the most satisfying thing about killing this chick is going to be seeing the trophy pop up, because it's all I care about at this point. I don't actually care about this chick in the slightest. I don't care about the fight against her in any appreciable way anymore. It's just a silly, dumb fight where you get grabbed every 2 seconds if you don't back away. And, like, you might think, oh, that's a good mechanic. It would be a good mechanic, actually. Hey, if you don't back away from the boss every once in a while, like, you can't just come in and spam attacks against her. It would be a great mechanic if they indicated that it was happening in any appreciable way. Have some blue light, like, flood out from her every 2 seconds, or, like, however long the phase interval is, or whatever, just so you can see what's going on. Because, like, this is literally the whole fight. Go to the ground, kill her 2 clones. Back away for a few seconds. Move forward. Yep. Can't get 3 attacks off. Don't think you could have gotten 3 attacks. Except there's no indicator. Yeah, there's no indicator. The perfectly designed boss. Honestly, that's going to be really good at getting rid of these guys when I don't want to deal with them up close. I have no idea, like, when it reset. Like, when do I have to reset the time? Like, how long do I have to be away for the timer to reset? There's no indications. It's really frustrating. For all I know, the timer could still be active because she was going to warp, like, right next to me or something. I think this is actually the real one, too. Oh, no, never mind. I don't know how to tell at this stage. I don't think that was it. I think the one that's shooting stuff at me is what. try to get another attack in there. You crazy? Okay, now she's hit the longer sword, so now it's easy to tell which way. Yep. That's fair. I'm just lucky that she decided to slink away there instead of actually doing anything. Die. I would really appreciate if you stopped sidestepping my ability. Nope. I didn't want to stay this long. But okay, sure. I just heal. No, stop using that. No, let me use my stupid abilities. Come on. Oh, I'm lucky I didn't get stunned there. I feel like I probably should have. Oh, I'm gonna get stunned there. I don't back off. This is a dumb fight. I don't like that there's no indicator. I think that's silly and bad boss design. Put an indicator on your boss when it's going to stun people. I'm fine with having a stun timer. Let me reiterate that. I'm fine with the fact that getting close to her grabs you. I want an indication of when I am about to get grabbed so that I can actually skillfully dodge it instead of just getting destroyed because I didn't know when to back off. And it's not like, oh, it's just a timing thing. You'll learn it. Because it seems to be appreciably random. Yep, I just got grabbed there, and I don't know why. At the very least, she's not difficult. Like, if she was like this, but also, like, way more aggressive, then I think we would have an actual problem. At the very least, it's like, oh, she's, like, super non-aggressive. She, like, barely uses moves that actually hurt. She mostly just slinks away, lets her stupid clones try to do most of the work. That's the real her. Just heal. I mean, we're close to the end of this fight. Just don't choke it and we're good, huh? No. Dumb. You don't get to just randomly hurt me. That's stupid. Oh, come on. Don't do this. Don't do this right now to me. Come on. Real one, so I can just kill you. Alright, keep calm. You got this. Don't get greedy. and that should be dead. Let's go. Dumb boss fight destroyed. Prey slaughtered. That was a silly boss fight. I don't understand why that's what they decided to put behind all the chalices. That is not satisfying as a final reward for finishing all these hours and hours and hours of chalices. I'm really disappointed. My opinion of Bloodborne as a whole has gone down because of that fight. Not because it was like, oh, so raging. Like, I'm not angry. It's just dumb. It just was a bad fight. Why did it exist? Let's look at the key text for this Yharnam stone. Sacred heirloom of Yharnam, Thumerian queen. A sacred heirloom left by Yharnam, Thumerian queen. The queen lies dead, but her horrific consciousness is only asleep and stirs in unsettling motions. What does that do for me? Well, I guess we will see when we get back to the Hunter's Dream. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm like being so pessimistic towards the game, but that's really the best design they could come up with, is this like culmination boss for all this stuff that's happened so far. That's just
Gammon
wow.
awaits you. Go.
Yeah, I know. Gammon awaits me. Come on.
am very, very happy with the progression of this story, the writing of Old Man Jenkins, and a lot of it's improv. You know, a lot of it comes up as stuff happens in the episodes. It's not like I sat down and script wrote 20 episodes of Bloodborne for you. I didn't even realize I was going to be doing a Old Man Jenkins goes insane sort of thing until probably episode 5 or 6. Um, it just sort of felt right in the narrative, felt right in the way I was playing the game. Anyways, I just wanted to summarize that I really do think this is the strongest showing of all of the standard Soulsborne games. You know, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro. Um, I love Bloodborne a lot. I don't plan on ever returning to it. I think this is my last foray into the game. I don't know if you can see back there, but I've done all the Chalice Dungeons. I've got an episode coming out after this. Next week, get a little bonus sneak preview into Yharnam Queen and Laurence from the DLC, and a couple of my thoughts on Chalice Dungeons and my thoughts on the game as a whole. But I thought I could summarize them here a little bit more succinctly than I do in that video. So while you'll get a bit more of a complicated explanation of my opinion of parts of the game, in reality, this is an amazing game, and I would recommend it to anyone who enjoys this sort of experience. And I just wanted to thank everybody who stuck around with me for 20 episodes of this. I can assure you that this entire time I have been exploring every nook and cranny so that this purchase here grant me that last trophy and the platinum that comes with it. Oh, wow. That is a long time coming. The Bloodborne series. I would say the main game as a whole was entirely worth it. Great game to play. Very, very fun. If you've never played Bloodborne before, and you like these types of games, these Soulsborne-esque games, definitely it's an outstanding entry in the series. Delve into the lore, the real lore, not the Old Man Jenkins lore, you know. Delve into that because it's interesting and it's gritty and it means something. But in general, I wouldn't even bother with the Chalice Dungeons if you're not aware that you are basically just doing it to grind for slightly better stuff, or if you're really interested in doing PvP in the game. If you're just looking to get a great experience out of the game, you're not missing anything by not doing the Chalice Dungeons. You really aren't. Um, Anyways, I appreciate everybody who watched my series so far, and I hope you guys will stick around for the next one. And I'll make sure to get that out as soon as I can after this. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.